Greetings, all praising the King. Continuing on our course, speaking about serving and worshiping the beast, using tools such as witchcraft. In this phase, we're speaking about conditioning. This is to form an environment based on design. And just being no coincidence. This is a network that benefits a few individuals at the top, as we've discussed. It is a Babylonian concept. If anyone is unclear of what is meant by Babylon, they may refer to the rasreapsrasreaperrasrebirth account, Babylon Convergence video. It's a system of rule. May adequately be referred to as monopoly law. The monopoly law pushes people in a direction towards the beast. To worship and serve at its feet. And so the state they are in is a beast state. Made up of those conditions that are the result of the manipulation of man through his framework, system of rule known as the monkey law. And in this process, there are personnel, sometimes working directly for the big monkey. They are known as agents. Or operatives. Often, this term may be referred to as a person that works directly, whereas the agents may work indirectly. For example, they may be a host of a radio show. They're not necessarily operative. They haven't been instructed as to what role. They know who they serve and what they do and for what purpose, to promote themselves. Because as people worship and serve this beast, what are they doing other than promoting themselves? Because they think that by doing this, they are, enhancing their own standing, making themselves prosper. Some call this convenience. But nevertheless, those conditions have caused people to bow, because it's forced people into bondage. And therefore, they make decisions based on survival. Yeah. So even if someone would prefer to, let's say, protest the cause, let's say cop killings, they may not, because they don't have the funds to even drive to the location or expend their time as an opportunity cost when they could be trying to provide for their family, themselves, as a means to survive. So these conditions have been laid. Now, this is in respect to the environment. There are also other forms of conditioning. Nevertheless, this subject today is on the result of conditioning, which become the conditions for the environment. Not the sun and the moon and the stars environment. The community environment. Which is also known as culture. There are other forms of culture. There's righteous and there's diabolic. This is of the latter. Now, in this process, associations are made, sometimes merely psychological, so that when a person is thinking of a particular issue, they're having an image. And so this image is the perception of what they think about this. And in this process, faces are used. These faces, separate from feces, whereas feces are people who know what they do. These are models that are chosen, often without, as I stated, knowledge. This would make them of the agent class. Today, with the level of crisis that exists throughout the planet, there are many models to choose from. These become the storytellers. And again, agents, not necessarily operatives. So their story may be worthy to be heard. However, it is those associations with this culture of the beast state that are being made that should taint the image of these models in the eyes of a pure onlooker, because of the incentives. Look, people have been through some stuff. There's these remarkable survival stories, and that should not be taken away. But what has happened now is these stories are being told in a particular context to promote this cause. And when in all actuality, the stories should demote, because oftentimes they're, again, a result of this cause that is for a particular reason. Call it capitalization. Base all these human endeavors off of this sole purpose. These are the results. Catastrophe. It's catastrophic. And the outcome becomes one of which, amazement, because people are looking and seeing all these things unfolding before their very eyes. And then who is doing the storytelling is not projecting the reason for these revelations, merely just presenting the revelations in a way that gives an audience a view of progression. Progress is what they claim. They continue to say, just hang on. Although maybe people will be forced off the planet Earth in some time to come. Just hang on. Today, you have the advent of the social media, which is bringing more of these faces to surface, taking from the ultimate message: peace, love, and harmony for all, and dividing people to bring people to a more competitive place, whereas the average person is no longer viewed with value because of all these remarkable stories. People who almost drowned, of people who were, crushed underneath buildings, of the rapes, the women, of the near-death experiences. And then you have talents. See, the push is to bring people to perform certain activities. Speaking would not be one of them unless it's in a movie. You notice, if you listen to public, basically radio, that when certain agents of Hollywood are, their birthday is announced in headline news, and you think, wait a minute, these people are actors. First of all, you might not even have ever heard of them, so there's some kind of an advertisement to promote the person's name. Then you have to think, what is their occupation? They're actors. So is that really something that should be praised? Yeah, people like entertainment. Nevertheless, You know, they have enough praise as it is. Do they need more? And what is it that they actually do? They're phony. You know, maybe they're good at being phony. That doesn't mean that they're good. So, the Babylon promotes a particular culture and takes away from other cultures in doing so. It's based on this capitalism. Whoever possesses this must be worthy in their eyes. Associations are made, you know, with these models, sometimes through product placement. I'm looking at this CD I get the other day, you know, and the artist got the Apple computer in the back, you know, of the studio, and I'm thinking this record company is probably getting paid. You know, Apple got direct funds from the Federal Reserve at almost 0 interest rates. The Federal Reserve does quantitative easing, prints money, sells off treasury notes. Where's the cash go? It's the companies like that. They have plenty of cash. So now they're going to make these associations, yeah, to brand themselves as an initial aspect of the conditioning process with the models that relate to the populations and push people in a direction. Worship and serve the beast. All praise the King.